So, but yeah, I think the public will be rightly frustrated if no one is prosecuted for the Epstein client list, no one at all. Which, no one, like at least, I don't know, the top 5 or something, like some number. There should at least be an attempted prosecution of the worst offenders.
Well, particularly if Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for sex trafficking.
Yes.
Because, trafficking...
that means trafficking occurred.
Right. So she's in jail for it.
Yes.
So
who were the clients?
Yeah. How do you put someone in jail and you don't even name the clients? That sounds kind of insane.
Donald Trump is right in the middle of what might be the most blatant cover-up tied to Jeffrey Epstein that we've ever seen. And the wildest part, the White House isn't even trying to hide it. In fact, they're practically broadcasting the whole thing. 2 bombshell revelations dropped today and made everything click. First, Elon Musk publicly hinted at clear coordination between Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell. Then, Maxwell's lawyers revealed something that completely exposes Trump's playbook. We're diving deep into what it all means, so don't go anywhere. But first, if you believe in holding the powerful accountable, and you value independent voices that don't sugarcoat the truth, hit that like button, drop a comment, and smash that subscribe. It seriously helps us out. Now, before we break down those 2 jaw-dropping moments, let's rewind to what J.D. Vance said when he was confronted about this exact cover-up.
Hi, Mr. Vice President. Julie Carr-Smythe from the Associated Press. I guess I'm going to be that person. There are some protesters outside accusing the GOP of protecting pedophiles, and we're wondering what you think are the reasons the U.S. government should shield the client list of Epstein from the public, and what you have to say about any relevance to that here today.
Well, let me say just a couple of things. First of all, the president has been very clear. We're not shielding anything. The president has directed the attorney general to release all credible information, and frankly, to go and find additional credible information related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. He's been incredibly transparent about that stuff, but some of that stuff takes time. You've got to assemble that stuff. You've got to compile that stuff. You've got to redact some victims' names so that you protect the victims. But the president has been very clear. He wants full transparency. He's asked that from the attorney general, and I know, because I talk to her all the time, the attorney general is hard at work on that issue right now.
It shows just how paper-thin their excuses are. If Donald Trump has absolutely nothing to hide, why is he hiding those Epstein files? JD, help us out. Walk us through the logic, because I'm not getting how someone with nothing to hide is refusing to release docs that even you called for recently. Sounds a whole lot like there's something rotten here. And this isn't just about hiding the past. It's about who Trump is protecting now, who's got his back and who he's trying to save. Trump's been dodging Epstein's shadow for years, filling his circle with people who shared those same dark connections, and the most recent red flag, Ghislaine Maxwell. But this isn't new behavior. As Rachel Maddow points out, Trump's pattern is obvious.
What happened to the lawyer who got Epstein his bizarrely lenient plea deal when he was first arrested on sex trafficking charges in Florida? What happened to the lawyer who got him that bizarrely lenient plea deal? Well, Trump hired him to be his own lawyer. What happened to the U.S. attorney who gave Jeffrey Epstein that bizarrely lenient plea deal? Trump put him in his cabinet in his first term. Well, who then prosecuted Epstein a second time when he was brought up on federal charges? That was the SDNY line prosecutor who Trump inexplicably fired last week. Who was in charge of the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons when Epstein then killed himself in federal custody? President Donald Trump. Who bragged to a reporter about how much Epstein seemed to like women on the younger side? Who said Epstein was a lot of fun to be with? Who bragged that he was friends with Epstein for 15 years? Who flew on his plane at least 7 times? And who now says that everybody needs to stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein right now? Answers there are Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, and Donald Trump.
He surrounds himself with the corrupt, not because he's bad at picking people, but because those people help protect him every time. Now, with his attorney Todd Blanche meeting with Maxwell in Tallahassee, it's obvious. Trump's trying to strike a deal. Maxwell's ready to play ball, and why not? Trump's dangling a get-out-of-jail-free card. And then Elon Musk casually confirms it all on X. He posted, "Here's how it's about to go down." Ghislaine Maxwell names a bunch of Democrats.
Attorneys for Ghislaine Maxwell made a final pitch to the Supreme Court. They're asking justices to overturn her 2021 conviction for conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to sexually abuse young girls, saying it violates an agreement that Epstein made back in 2008 that shielded any co-conspirators from prosecution. The Justice Department wants the High Court to reject her appeal, but Maxwell's attorney said this in a statement, quote, "We're appealing not only to the Supreme Court, but to the president himself to recognize how profoundly unjust it is to scapegoat Ghislaine Maxwell for Epstein's crimes, especially when the government promised she would not be prosecuted," end quote.
And Elon maybe tosses in a few billionaires. She says Trump did nothing wrong. MAGA praises her for taking down the pedophiles. Trump pardons her for telling the truth, and then drops a bullseye emoji. It's not even subtext anymore. They're laying out the playbook in public. Trump's setting the stage for his redemption arc. Maxwell cleared me. The deep state's exposed. Cue the MAGA victory parade. But let's be real. Ghislaine Maxwell is not coming forward out of the kindness of her heart. She didn't speak at her trial because she knew any truth would implicate her. Now, with 20 years ahead and Trump whispering pardon promises, she's suddenly feeling generous. Come on, this isn't justice. This is a straight-up transactional con. It's not even a conspiracy anymore. It's happening in plain sight. Trump is writing the script, and Republicans are reading their lines. Gavin Newsom nailed it.
He was also asked whether he was considering pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. This is somebody who is, somebody who is completely depraved, who is an accomplice to a notorious, famed pedophile who has since died. And instead of giving the correct answer, which is no, I would not consider offering a pardon to somebody like this, he said, I have the right. He reasserted his right to be able to do that, sending a pretty clear signal. We also found out from Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney that she is seeking a pardon. So we have Trump who's not ruling it out. We have her attorney who is overtly saying that's what she wants.
Her attorney, Trump's a great deal maker. We've had so many candid conversations.
What he knows is required.
This is sick stuff. And so this is sick. I mean, if you're a conspiracy theorist, I mean, they're going to turn me into one. Why the hell are we even talking to her?
Yeah.
What a pardon for what? No, seriously, for what? Why is your personal attorney now at the DOJ meeting with her personal attorney? For what purpose? What is this about? You said, forget this, move on. What? I don't even understand what this is about. To pardon her for what? To have your back? To life? I mean, now we're going deeper, and now I'm starting to think, well, that maybe it's not just on these files. I mean, maybe this is even deeper. I mean, I'm not kidding. This is starting, like, even things where I'm like, okay, this guy just didn't want the association, wanted to make this about Democrats or some fancy mutual friends he may have had, didn't want to embarrass them, and there's been pressure there. People have written big checks to him. Maybe they're part of his crypto scams, but when you're meeting with her, with your former personal attorney, and you're literally socializing, which he does. This is what he does. He tests the theory, throws something out.
Yep, starts to lay the groundwork.
Lays the groundwork. He's serious about it. For what? Why? I mean, so this, where he's on the other side, this guy's, I said this to you a few months ago, and more evidence every single day. He's lost a step. This is not the same Trump 1.0. This is, something's off, increasingly off. And he's unmoored in ways, even like Trump standards, I haven't seen. I don't want to overstate this moment, but you can't understate this. Something ain't right, as they say.
Maxwell wasn't some passive assistant. She actively participated in Epstein's abuse. She had victims of her own. But MAGA doesn't care because if she helps Trump, she's suddenly a hero. George Conway even said it, they're telegraphing every move. They've stopped hiding it. And now we'll get to watch as the same people who once screamed about elites turn around and protect. One just because he's their elite. And the cherry on top? Charlie Kirk literally said, we should stop talking about Epstein. I'm going to trust my friends in the government. Really? From the guy whose brand is all about not trusting government, that's rich. This is what happens when you build a movement on nothing but rage and talking points. When facts don't matter and everything is about vibes, slogans, and punching down, this is what you get. And the damage isn't just political, it's real. People lose trust, people suffer, people die. All because lies like this go unchecked. So, no, we're not going to trust our friends in government. Just because it's convenient for Trump, we're calling this out loudly. And if you're with us, if you're sick of the lies, the exploitation, the gaslighting smash, drop a comment below telling us what you think. And subscribe so we can keep cutting through the noise. Let's not stay silent. Let's stay loud.